When paint and poetry became weapons for liberation, a new dawn broke across the American cultural landscape, one where the soul of a people rose boldly from the ashes of oppression. The Black Arts Movement, a fierce and vibrant outburst of creativity, pulses through the veins of history, its heartbeat echoing in murals, verses, jazz riffs, and stage performances. It is more than art, it is activism, a declaration that Black identity, struggle, and joy will no longer be silenced. This renaissance of the 1960s and 70s redefined what it meant to create, to resist, and to dream. The artists who shaped this movement wielded their brushes, pens, and voices as instruments of change, carving a space where Black pride and political urgency fused into a powerful force for liberation. Their stories are etched in every line and color, a testament to resilience and revolution. The Black Arts Movement emerges from the crucible of the civil rights era, fueled by the fires of racial injustice and the quest for self-determination. It is rooted in the belief that art must serve the community, that beauty and truth are inseparable from struggle. This is a time when poets like Amiri Baraka and Haki Madhubuti redefine language, infusing it with the rhythms of Black life and the urgency of political awakening. Visual artists like Faith, Ringgold, and Betty saw challenge the dominant narratives, reclaiming African heritage and confronting systemic racism with bold imagery. Their art does not exist in isolation. It lives in the streets, in community centers, in the heartbeat of neighborhoods, demanding recognition and respect. Amiri Baraka stands as a towering figure, his poetry a clarion call that shatters complacency. Born Leroy Jones, he sheds his former identity as he embraces a radical vision of Black empowerment. Baraka's words are thunder, a relentless force that demands revolution, not just political, but cultural. His play, Dutchman, rips open the veneer of American race relations, exposing raw wounds beneath polite society. Baraka's work insists that art must confront, disturb, and awaken. Through his leadership at the Black Arts Repertory Theater School, he creates a crucible for new voices, a sanctuary where Black artists find the freedom to express the full spectrum of their experience: rage, love, hope, and defiance. Rage, love, hope, and defiance. At the heart of the movement's visual language is Faith Ringgold, whose quilts and paintings weave stories of Black womanhood, history, and resilience. Ringgold's art is a tapestry of identity, blending folk traditions with bold political commentary. Her Tar Beach series imagines a young Black girl flying over the cityscape of Harlem, reclaiming space denied by segregation and discrimination. Through fabric and paint, Ringgold tells stories passed down through generations, transforming personal memory into collective history. Her work insists on visibility, on the power of narrative to heal and inspire. Each stitch, each brushstroke pulses with the urgency of liberation and the celebration of Black life in all its complexity. Parallel to Ringgold's visual storytelling, Betty Saar's assemblages delve into the shadows of history, confronting the legacies of racism and violence with unflinching honesty. Saar transforms found objects, kitschy memorabilia, stereotypical figurines, into potent symbols of resistance. Her iconic piece, The Liberation of Aunt Jemima, reclaims a painful caricature, imbuing it with dignity and power. Saar's work challenges viewers to confront uncomfortable truths, to see history through the eyes of those who endured it. Her art is a revolutionary act, a refusal to allow erasure or distortion. Through her assemblages, Saar crafts a visual language that speaks both to the scars of the past and the possibilities of a just future. The written word pulses with equal power in the hands of poets like Nikki Giovanni, whose voice embodies the spirit of the Black Arts Movement with warmth and ferocity. Giovanni's poetry is a bridge between the personal and the political, weaving themes of love, identity, and resistance. Her work resonates with a generation hungry for affirmation and change, capturing the complexities of Black life in America. Giovanni's presence is both fierce and nurturing, a testament to the movement's embrace of diverse expressions of Blackness. Her poems become anthems, recited in classrooms, protests, and gatherings, fortifying the resolve of those who dare to dream of freedom. Visual art and poetry coalesce in the work of Emory Douglas, the Minister of Culture for the Black Panther Party. Douglas's graphic designs and posters are unmistakable, bold declarations that merge aesthetic innovation with militant activism. His images, black fists raised, mothers and children protected, police confronted, are visual manifestos mobilizing a movement with each stroke of the pen. Douglas understands that art is a battlefield, a means to communicate urgency and inspire action. His work circulates widely, bridging gaps between the party's political goals and the communities they serve. Through his art, the Black Panther Party's message becomes accessible, visceral, and impossible to ignore. The Black arts movement is not monolithic. It is a constellation of voices and visions, each illuminating different facets of the Black experience. Larry Neal, a poet and critic, articulates the movement's philosophy, calling for cultural nationalism that centers Black aesthetics and political autonomy. Neal's essays become foundational texts, guiding artists and audiences alike toward an understanding that art is inseparable from liberation. His leadership nurtures a generation of creators committed to reshaping the cultural landscape. Through these intellectual frameworks, the movement gains coherence and purpose, forging a collective identity that challenges the dominant culture on its own terms. Music and performance pulse through the movement's veins, with figures like Sonia Sanchez, blending spoken word and jazz to create spaces of resistance and celebration. Sanchez's poetry is a dynamic force, her voice rising and falling with the cadences of the streets and the rhythms of Black life. Her performances are ritualistic, a reclaiming of oral traditions silenced by centuries of oppression. Through her work, Sanchez asserts the power of language to heal, to connect, and to fight. Her presence on stage is a reminder that the Black arts movement is not confined to galleries or books. It lives in the breath of those who speak their truth aloud. The Black arts movement's influence spills beyond the arts, intersecting with education, politics, and community organizing. Institutions like the Harlem Writers Guild and the Organization of Black American Culture, OBAC, become incubators for emerging talent and activism. These spaces foster mentorship and solidarity, nurturing artists who see their work as part of a broader struggle for justice. The movement's legacy is found not only in individual masterpieces, but in the collective empowerment it inspires. It redefines what it means to be an artist, insisting that creativity and activism are intertwined threads in the fabric of change. Yet, the movement faces challenges, internal tensions, external pressures, and the complex realities of articulating a unified vision amid diverse experiences. Debates over the role of art, the definition of Blackness, and the balance between militancy and accessibility spark fierce discussions. These struggles reflect the movement's vitality and its refusal to settle for easy answers. The artists and thinkers at its core are engaged in a dynamic process of self-definition, pushing boundaries and expanding possibilities. Their work remains a testament to the messy, powerful process of cultural revolution, a reminder that liberation is an ongoing journey, not a fixed destination. As the Black arts movement begins to wane in the late 1970s, its impact reverberates through generations of artists and activists who carry its torch forward. Its spirit lives on in the murals that color city walls, in the poetry that fills open mics, and in the music that blends protest with celebration. The movement's insistence on the inseparability of art and politics reshapes American culture, planting seeds that blossom in hip-hop, spoken word, and contemporary Black visual art. The artists who shaped this Renaissance remind us that creativity is a form of resistance, that the act of creating is itself a bold declaration of humanity and hope. Today, the legacy of the Black arts movement stands as a beacon, a call to recognize the power of art to transform society and reclaim identity. When paint and poetry became weapons for liberation, they forged a path toward freedom that continues to inspire. The artists who dared to dream and fight did not merely change the arts, they altered the very fabric of American consciousness. Their stories remind us that art is never neutral. It carries the weight of history, the pulse of the present, and the promise of a future where every voice can rise unshackled and heard. This is the enduring gift of the Roots Renaissance. This has been Roots Renaissance. See you in the next chapter.